All right, what's going on, everybody? God bless you on this beautiful Sunday morning. Hope y'all are having a beautiful day as I give God the honor, the glory, and all the praise. My title says you have to live your own life. You have to live your own life. And I want to give a shout out to a young brother by the name of Robert Jr. Smith. Robert Smith Jr., named after your father. And a powerful email, 17 going on 18. And you are a minister of music. And the reason I want to title this video, you have to live your own life, because it's sad that so many parents want to try to live their life through their kids because they didn't get to do a lot of things, or they want to be controlling. And by you being a preacher's son, I know you got it hard. I already know where you're going in that email. And once again, little brother, I don't know it all, but I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm telling you what can happen. And you got to live your life. See, just as I was brought up, I had to live my own life. Yes, my parents taught me well. And all the things that they taught me, I still had to make my own mistakes. I had to live and learn from my own mistakes. Just as my parents had to live and learn from their mistakes. Their parents had to live before, you can go generation after generation. Everybody had to live their own life. And when you got a parent that want to keep you locked down all the time, and then they wonder why later on you start getting in trouble or getting wild because you never get to experience things because they so quote-unquote religious. People are so religious that they are really no earthly good. And as a minister of music, I'm glad that you asked me this question also, because you are at that age, and after a while, it's not really going to matter what they say, because it's two things that's going to happen. You either going to stay in that house with them and live up under their rules, or you're going to get out on your own, get your own crib, and enjoy your life. And most people that have ventured out and doing R&B, you'd already know where they started out at, in the church. You can pretty much go get any big-time celebrity in R&B that sings, male or female, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you they started right there in the church. And how a lot of parents are hypocrites, just my opinion. And you make me think of this Jamie Foxx episode. I don't know if you're familiar with the Jamie Foxx show, but that was one episode Jamie had when Mary J. Blige was on there. And our big brother, Ronald Isley. We all know who Ronald Isley is from the Isley Brothers. And Ronald Isley was playing the preacher. And Mary J. Blige, which was Ola Mae, was playing his daughter. And she wanted to sing about love. She was singing from her heart. But since her daddy was the quote-unquote preacher, he didn't approve of that. And he kept going off on her and Jamie about how they sang in the devil's music. And she went on out and did it anyway, and he walked in on her one time singing at this little bar. And he just messed up the whole show. And she walked off stage. But the turning point to me was when Uncle Jr., which was Jamie Foxx's uncle, Uncle Jr. had reminded the preacher, Ronald Isley, of what he used to do on the corners. And he said, I remember a time when you was out there on the corners popping your fingers and singing your love music. And then he said, well, that was different because we were singing about love. We had real music. And Mary J. Blige had to remind him, well, what I'm singing about is love. See, the only thing is we just different ages. People are older than people, and people are younger than people, but the same thing been going on for year after year after year. And Mary J. Blige told Ronald Isley, which was playing her father, the preacher, that you are being a hypocrite, Daddy. And you know what he told her? He said, I'm your father. I can be a hypocrite. Now, I'm not saying your parents are hypocrites in no kind of way. I'm just using this episode of Jamie Foxx to express to you what I see. I get a lot of emails like this, young brother, about children growing up, teenagers becoming men or women, and they never get to experience life really because of their parents. And what it is a lot of parents are miserable. Me and my mama was just talking about this. I'm glad you emailed me this, because My mama was telling me how the problem is with most marriages that she see a lot is because when the children get grown, when they grow up and leave the house, now mom and dad don't really know what to do no more because they done spent their life raising kids, 18 years, and here it is, the kids are gone and they done lost it between each other. And how they can sit in the house and really don't have nothing in common, don't really want to do nothing. Time have went by. So much time have went by now it's to the point where I don't even know what to do with you no more. And you got to find back. You got to go get that back what you used to do. Same thing you did to get that woman, same thing you got to do to keep that woman. But people are losing it with each other. But you got to live your life. Your life. And I hope your parents and them can understand it. They should already understand it. But when you got a controlling father or a controlling mother, oh man, that's tough to deal with. I'm so glad that my parents wasn't religious. That they let us do a lot of things. You know what? I turned out pretty good. Now I'm not sitting here to say that I'm all of that. But by them allowing us, me and all my brothers, to do certain things, we turned out all right. Ain't none of us locked up. Ain't none of us strung out on drugs. Ain't none of us in the penitentiary. Y'all feel me what I'm saying? So when you train up a child in the way they should go, when they get old, they will not depart from it. Now that me and my brothers are all grown men, we live our own life. Now we have to be an example for others. Younger than us, and let me say this right, and others older than us. Because everybody older than me ain't following Christ. See, this is why I just did that video about how you got to have fun in this life. See, Jesus never was religious. And by God giving us free will, I'm going to say this once again, by God giving us free will, that showed us that God wasn't religious and that God wanted us to have clean fun. You ain't got to be stuck up in the church building all the time. Matter of fact, some folks will be better off if they leave church sometime. Instead of being so church. They don't even get it that they need a break. That's why there's a time in the season. Even Jesus tried to get away a few times. And when he wanted to go off in his own little space and pray to the Father, you know what happened? People were standing messing with him. They wanted to be healed. They needed to talk. And Jesus even tried to rest, but they wouldn't let him. My point is, once again, you have to live your life. And what's going to happen also is that your parents can run you down so much that after a while, you're not going to really want to be around them. Because all it's going to be is scripture, 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 church, come to this, Bible study, Sunday school, BTU. We have to, once again, have balance. So you have to live your life. It's not your mama's life. It's not your daddy's life. It's not your pastor's life. It's not your brothers and sisters' life. Nor your uncles and aunties. But it's your life, brother. And you're going to live and you're going to learn. I wish folks would just start telling the truth. I hate this about this world. I wish people would just tell the fun that they had growing up. And stop trying to put everybody in the hell when they ain't even made it nowhere yet. So with that being said, brother, once again, as I close, you have to live your life. And follow Christ. And you'll be all right. So with that being said, love your little brother. Everybody around the world, brothers and sisters, hope y'all are doing well. God bless you. And may God keep you on this beautiful Sunday. Peace.